What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to help you figure out how to find your core values as a business owner. What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting and host of the Big Stud Podcast. On the podcast, we're doing a ton of great interviews with amazing business owners. If you haven't checked it out, please do, and make sure you subscribe when you get there after you subscribe to this channel. But today I want to talk about how to find your core values as a business owner. It's something I talk about a lot when it comes to leading your business, leading your team, leading an organization, and leading yourself. If you don't know what's driving you and what's forcing the decisions and helping people figure it out along the way, it makes it difficult to grow and expand a team when there isn't a set standard of rules. And core values should not be utilized as rules per se, but it helps everybody understand what their decision process should look like. So one of the first steps I always suggest in doing, and I've learned this from a lot of different people, is write down everything that you operate by inherently. One of the most important parts of core values is you as the owner, you as the leader, have to be representing this stuff already. It can't be something you're like, well, it's something I wish that I did or something I hoped that I could do. It has to be something that you're kind of already doing. So if you prioritize being on time, if you prioritize, evolving in self-education, if it's something where you push integrity or honesty or consistency as part of your primary focus, what are the things you're harping on the most? Write those things down, create a list. Also, one thing I did that was super valuable was I reached out to my core group of people, like friends, family, coworkers, employees, leaders, mentors in my life. It was probably about 20 or 25 people, and said, hey, what in your opinion are my biggest priorities, or what I'm trying to figure out what my core values are for my business. What do you think are things that are important to me? That's going to get you back a bunch of different stuff because everybody has different perspectives because, different environments, different ecosystems, different relationships will get different perspectives. So that list, now you should have at that point 10 to 15 things that are pretty much consistently brought up. From there, a very simple step is to involve your team. If you have a team right now, if you have employees right now, that's where I would start. If you don't, if you're a solopreneur, if you're an individual, obviously gonna be a little harder, but maybe there's subs, maybe there's vendors, maybe there's people in your business that you work with on a regular basis you can ask. That should help narrow it down. But ultimately, you should have 3 to 5 core values. In my opinion, that's the easiest because it has to be something that's easy for your team to remember and memorize, which is why I try and suggest making an acronym that fits your core values. It makes it easy to utilize it in sentences, makes it easier to utilize it in marketing, makes it easier to utilize it in general conversation with your team, employees, customers, vendors, whoever it might be. So my core values spell coach. I'm a business coach. It actually kind of somewhat happened accidentally, but it kind of fell into place. We had to make a few little tweaks. But my core values are communicate proactively, the C, operate with a help-first mentality, appreciate everyone's time, continually evolve, and have a championship mindset. But here's really where the important part comes in. So you've narrowed it down, you've got all your attributes, you've had people help you combine or negate or take out some that are not perfect. You got your 3 to 5. Now what you need to do is put bullet points beneath each one of those core values that relates to how that position or that activity relates to that core value. Because let's just use the first one, communicate proactively. That is one that can be perceived differently. It can mean different things to different people. But when it comes to now training, implementing, and managing your team, which we're going to get into in another video about how to implement them, but those core values need to have the bullet points, in my opinion, that help relate to the activities your employees are representing. So, communicate proactively. When any type of expectation changes, that's a bullet point. Continue to evolve. Read on a regular basis. That's a bullet point. Those bullet points are now the activities at which I'm managing towards so that my team understands how to relate back to that core value. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to go about this. There's a lot of different things that you might represent. And it's also going to be somewhat time consuming. Not like a lot of hours, but it might take you weeks or months to finalize the list because you don't want to rush it, because you don't want to be changing your core values on a regular basis. So create your list, involve your team and ecosystem, narrow it down, create bullet points, and at that point you should be prepared to now lead your team by it, lead your business by it, lead your person, yourself. Because a lot of people, in my opinion, adjust how they respond to situations on a regular basis because they base it on emotion as opposed to the guiding force of a core value list of sorts. So when you're going through this, understand that it's not just about leading your team or leading your business, it's also about leading yourself. I'm big on helping people become the best version of themselves and understand how to operate more consistently, creating core values that you live by. I have some that are personal, I have some that my family wants to live by, and I have some for my business. So there can be two lists, but ultimately you need to create something that you can look at and helps you filter through your decision process for everything that goes on in your life to make sure that you have a guiding force so that you are looked at as consistent and trustworthy and ultimately somebody that other people feel confident in. Again, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting. Please subscribe to the channel as we put out